I think that the biggest issue that I want to make sure that the world understands is the predictive nature of what has been stated. If we could predict stuff like that, then the world would be a much, much better place for all of humanity. And I want to make sure that the world understands what is really getting ready to happen. I think that censorship is always something that an authoritarian dictatorship type government would want to when they want to prevent the dissemination of information. So rather than even trying to give a reason for the censorship, let's ask the millions of people out there that may be seeing this, why would anybody censor facts and truth? Why would you want to stop the conversation? There are going to be people that cannot tolerate the truth, because if they believe this, then it forces them to question all their previous beliefs that they've held. And they can't afford to do that because it's just too difficult. So they would much rather say, no, you're crazy and this is the truth. And that's what cognitive dissonance is. Unfortunately, it's not how society evolves. You have no idea the level of gratitude that I have for you. You have no idea, because of you and everyone else like you, our humanity will survive. We're talking about the future of the human race. And what they're doing is committing the greatest atrocity, the greatest crime against mankind that has ever been committed. And if we allow them to get away with it, it will be the end of recorded history as we know it. We are talking about a mass extinction level event here that's potentially coming down the pipeline. And it may have been the ice age before, it may have been something else, but this is going to be because of the stupidity of the human species. So we have to rise up right now. We have to do it. We have to make this change now. We have to wake up. We have to realize what's happening, because the planet's survival, literally the human species survival, is at stake. People like that know that they could get social reprimanding, they could get a lot of dislikes, a lot of negative publicity, but they're still doing it because truth is that important to them. So to all the truth seekers, I appreciate you, and for all of us, I hope that we hold that intention in our hearts for all the truth seekers, to give them more energy, more power.
Everything is a frequency. My voice now is a frequency. And mendacity, lies, deceit is a frequency. Truth is a frequency, a much more powerful frequency. And they know the power of the truth circulating because people resonate with it. And so if they are going to pull off what we're unfolding now, what we're experiencing now, and they are going to control billions of people, they have to control their perception. They have to. We are in the situation we are now because of mass human perception. And that perception allows vast numbers of people to concede their uniqueness, to concede their freedom, and to sit in their house under house arrest, being told what to do by a handful of people. And the other perception is, I can see there's something not right here, but what are the consequences of me saying so or taking this on and challenging it? And that perception of what are the consequences for me means that lots of people who have realized something's not right also sit under house arrest. And those two perceptions, they are the reason this is happening. It's perception and fear of consequences that are making this all possible and are destroying the independent livelihoods of billions of people. And the greatest form of control is dependency. This is not about money, you see. This is about control. This is about a complete takeover, not just of humans in the physical sense, if you like, It's to take over their minds and their perceptions directly in the end. And there's two mass mind perceptual manipulation techniques that this cult uses to advance its agenda. One I called a long time ago problem, reaction, solution, where you covertly create a problem, you get your unquestioning media to tell the public the version of that problem you want them to believe, and you want the public to be saying in a state of fear and anxiety or outrage, something must be done, what are they going to do about it? And then those who've covertly created the problem and got that reaction then openly offer the solutions to the problems they've covertly created and blame someone else for. And there's another version of that which I have called no problem reaction solution. That's where you don't need a real problem, you need the perception of one. I'm going to do what I know to be right. That is an unstoppable force. It doesn't need violence. Last thing we need is violence. This doesn't do violence. But the power of doing what you know to be right and not in ever considering not doing it, if enough people do that, we take control back of our society. And we will inherit a society based on that and not on fear, which is what has controlled human society for about known human history.